Right, muri yeZimbabwe, sezvo hearings, public hearings, public consultations about the amendment bill number 3 atanga nhasi. David Coltart vari kuti ivo, the chair of the meeting steadfastly ignored both Judith, Todd, and me. I was there on time, sat in the front row, put my hand up every time a call was made for people to contribute, and stood up with my hand raised when it was clear the chair was steadfastly ignoring me. The meeting was brought to an abrupt end at about 11:30, and as a result, both Judith, Todd, and I were denied the right to contribute and give our views. Muri Zimbabwe, David Coltart ari kukomplaina iye about zvinhu zvaitika nhasi kuma-consultations kubulawayo. Ari kuti iye anga achisimudza maoko kuti ape mafungiro ake pamusoro pe-constitution amendment bill, asi haana kupiwa mukana. Handiti so izvi zvinhu zvokuti zvinhu zvinogona kunetsa mazimbabweans. Vamwe mazimbabweans anogona kuti maybe papakazarawo vane vamwe vanga vachisimudza vanhu vakawanda, munhu wese anga asingazogoni kutaura etc. But David Coltart haangozi munhuwo nje. He's also a very big voice when it comes to politics, so I would think kuti voice rake rinenge rakakosha handiti. So tine nyaya also muri yeZimbabwe iri kupinda kwatiri. Takatanga kuinzwa a couple of days ago, I think yesterday, inyaya a university student ari kunzi aka-abductwa muri yeZimbabwe, ari kunzi aka-abductwa, totaura kuti akanyangariswa. So regai tipinde munyaya yacho. So as reported by Hopewell Chingono, as of right now, statement on the abduction of a Bindura State University student by Senator Jameson Zvidzaitimba, 30 March 2026, NAS. So, we are gravely concerned by the reported abduction of Tafara Magodora, a student of Bindura State University, who was allegedly taken by unknown individuals in a white twin cab from a bus stop. Right? Mrezba munoza pani mamwe malevels ekuti tinosvika katonyatsoona kuti malevels atasvikawa ka tarasa hunhu, tarasa morality, hapasina respect with kids at universities, raising their concerns. They are kids. And why would you put a young boy or a young girl through that kind of trauma? Yekuba kidnapped at some point. Who is doing this? Because this student Arkunzi anozikama because he was voicing too much opposing the amendment bill number 3. We would like to say President Mnangagwa actually wouldn't be knowing about this. Otherwise, he would condemn and stop this. Because he is an old man now with wisdom, who understands, wakanakura zvokuti wava nema-70 years waakuunderstanda chon's life. Zvokuti haungasvikiwo kumufana achiri kuma-18, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 womu-abduct. We don't think so. We would like to think kuti kune vamwe vanhu ma-bad actors, very bad actors, vanofanira kusungwa. Hande kumberi. The circumstances of this incident are deeply alarming. We are informed that Tafara was engaged in lawful civic mobilization, encouraging fellow students to stand firm in defense of the Constitution. If this is true, then his abduction represents a dangerous escalation in the use of fear and coercion to silence citizens. So mfana uyu anga achitongoitawo zvinhu zvaanotongozoitawo kumauniversity. Vafana pamauniversity, they will come up with demonstrations, they will show up, mobilize each other, talking about they have no guns, they have no nothing, they are just university students. But kuno mumwe munhu anenge achitogara kuti no toda kuti makunyanya kuindirira boys, let's keep peace, let's maintain peace, and let these boys run around and say their minds out. If you think they're mistaken, teach them in other ways. Appeal to them and teach them your ideology and see if they can buy it. The problem is that apana vanenge vakatomuka zvotomuka havatongokotsiri zvokudaro. Particularly, hopefully, dangerous escalation in the use of fear and coercion to silence citizens, particularly young people who are exercising their constitutional rights. This is unacceptable. No citizen and certainly no student should be targeted, abducted, or disappeared for peacefully expressing views or participating in public affairs. Such actions strike at the very heart of constitutionalism, the rule of law, and the basic dignity of our people. I call upon the authorities to act immediately and transparently to urgently account for the whereabouts and safety of Tafara Magodora. So, police, please take quick action and please do it transparently. Pamunowana mpana Tafara Magodora. Budisai kuti angamutora ndiani, and let's condemn those people. As a matter of fact, ngavapinde mujere. It's an obvious thing. That's a big crime to abduct somebody without their will. You know. So, Hansi, to ensure his immediate release if he is in any form of detention, to guarantee access to legal representation and family, to launch a swift and credible investigation into this abduction, to hold all those responsible fully accountable. Zimbabwe cannot continue down a path where citizens are seized in broad daylight for holding or expressing lawful views. Mozambique, Zimbabwe. You sometimes know what's really happening. ZANU-PF, is it ZANU-PF? Is it my individuals? Because Mona, self-interest, it's a very dangerous thing. Self-interest. And self-interest, someone with some self-interest might come out as very patriotic, as very, partisan. Like, they're in ZANU-PF and they'll be talking about ZANU-PF, and they might be even doing things like this. But it's not about ZANU-PF itself or about the bigger goal or even Mnangagwa's ideas. It will be just about somebody who is close to the president, who is benefiting, and who just want to continue benefiting. Do you understand that part? Somebody who is making a lot of money because of the naivety of the president. Like, president avasi muongorora vari kungorega vasingaoni kuti munhu iyoyoka ari kuita mari inohlisa, and because ari kuita mari iyoyoka, he is actually even more dangerous in protecting his position than the president himself in remaining in office. Or do you think president vanenge vatoti ndaimobata mufana wekuuniversity ari kuda kudondimisa kuti nditonge kusvika 2030? We never know. Mimi ndimunototuudzawo ma-answers comment section. And so that path leads away from democracy and towards lawlessness. I call upon students, churches, labor, civil society, and all democratic forces to remain vigilant and united in defense of the Constitution. The targeting of students is particularly troubling. It signals an attempt to intimidate an entire generation into silence. Vapana vechidiki vasati vambonyatso chonzi democracy, they have ideals of what democracy is in their head, and those ideals are not yet tainted, are not yet diluted with authoritarianism. So these boys, they come out and speak, and they have boys. Democracy yakanyogwa pasi, and when you read it, Zimbabwe, it's a beautiful thing. But when you start to practice it, you face some hurdles. That's when you realize that, it's actually a smoke screen. But somebody behind that smoke screen is trying to be a dictator. Those manje mukaza kusilence that whole generation, you are killing their ideal of what democracy is, which is the true democracy. Vamwana venyu makura Moses muri Zimbabwe, unenge uchiona munhu akura shuwa zvokutoti munhu mudhara zvokutora kuti iwe unozviziva kuti apedze 5 years ari mupenyu ka, it will be a miracle. Munhu unokwanisa kutofa anytime, but unenge achikanganisa future yevapana. Pasinazvo, mberi nekubatana muri Zimbabwe, mberi nepeace and mberi nedialogue, peaceful debates, and then winning hearts. So ngatichipedzisai statement raissuwa na hopewell ching'ono. We stand in full solidarity with Tafara Magodora, his family, and the student community. Zimbabwe belongs to its people, not to fear. Senator James Inzwai Timber, convener, defend the Constitution platform. So zvakanaka, remember, yaripotwa na hopewell ching'ono, but this is a statement that is coming from Senator Jameson Inzwai Timber. Senator Timber ndo vaissue this achitaura pamukomana pemutafara Baines Magodora. So muri Zimbabwe zvinhu zviri kuti tiri kurwadziwa, tiri kuchema nenyaya yemufana uyu tichiti pasi nazvo and de akurumidzawo kuwanikwa. So garai panapa, the Mutapa Times, you know you will not miss anything.